Good afternoon and welcome back to the channel. It is Saturday, about 3:45 in the afternoon, and I am just leaving my dad's house. I stopped by for a visit for a little bit, and now I'm just gonna ride around wherever the spirit takes me. Things have been really busy lately, and the weather's been pretty crummy in New Hampshire for most of the summer. It's either been raining or super humid, and it's been super humid for the past week now. And I've been sick a lot this summer too. I've had COVID, I've had a couple viruses. So it was nice to see my dad. I hadn't seen him in a while because I didn't want to get him sick since he's getting older. So that was a nice visit. I also changed jobs a couple weeks ago. I'm still working social work. I'm still a social worker, but I'm now at a new long-term care facility, working with just general civilians, but I was working with all veterans before. And I was working with primarily men, so now I'm working mostly with women, which is a lot different for me. But it's been good so far. And, like any other job, I'm trying to adjust and learn a new way of doing things. And I'm also trying to find part-time online evening social work adjunct positions where I can do some teaching, because I have about 5 years left until I'm vested in my pension with the state, and then I was thinking I'd like to switch over from direct care to academia. And so I'm kind of working on that stuff. I'm close to being done with my doctoral degree, finally. I finished all my coursework up, and now I'm just finishing my dissertations. And when I say dissertations, yes, I have two. Tulane has us doing two for some reason. So I've got one finished up and submitted to my mentors for review, and I've got one more that I need to finish up and get to them for review. Then I have to submit them to the Institutional Review Board. I have to try to get the articles published, and then I have to defend. I have to do my defense, and then I'll be done. So I'm slated to graduate in December, which I'm just incredibly psyched about. And let's see what else. I've got a new cat. I have a slightly over 2-year-old black cat named Sheldon, who's a rescue from Florida. I lost my ginger cat Goldie back in August of 2021. which was extremely difficult because I had her since she was just a little tiny baby, and she fit in one of my hands. So I somehow don't think Sheldon will live quite that long, because he came to me with an upper respiratory disease. So he does sneeze a lot, and I think that's just part of the shelter thing. Whereas I got Goldie from someone that my mom knew from work. She worked, so she wasn't exposed to that shelter atmosphere. But anyway, so that's what I'm doing. That's what's been going on. I have been riding a lot this summer, but I just haven't filmed a ton. Close this vent on my chin. And as most of you know, I had a 2022 Zero S electric motorcycle, which I traded in, and I'll tell you the reason why I traded it in. I traded it in because I was getting range anxiety, and range anxiety is a real thing. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care if people want to poo-poo it, but I'd get out there and I'd want to ride all day. Then my battery would get low, and number one, in New Hampshire, in rural New Hampshire where I am, there aren't a lot of charging stations. And number two, the Zero plugged into a regular outlet to charge, which meant I had to look around for a regular outlet to plug into. And it was a little bit more difficult than I thought, because I had to make sure I was plugging into a place where nobody was going to tell me to leave, or, I couldn't just go to somebody's house and plug into their outlet. Most of the time I ended up going to a local school or a university and plugging in there, and just kind of trying to be stealthy about it. So what I traded in for is a 2023 Honda NC750X DCT, which is the dual clutch transmission. I ride it all the time in automatic mode. There are two paddle shifters that you can ride in a kind of manual mode, but there's no clutch and there's no shifter, so I've done that once, but I prefer to just focus on my riding and let the motorcycle shift for me. So I love this motorcycle. It's been the best decision I've made in terms of motorcycles. It's almost 500 pounds, which, I put probably in the mid-weight bracket. It's not the lightest machine in the world, it's not the heaviest machine in the world, but it's easy enough to handle. It's easy enough for a beginner. It's great for anyone that has trouble with clutch and shifting, and if somebody's got an issue with their left side of their body that they can't shift as well. It's just a great machine for people in those categories, or to learn on, or just to be able to ride, to focus on your ride and not have to focus on clutch and shifting and all that stuff. So what else can I say? It's a great bike. I'm really enjoying it. And I'm having a lot of fun with it. I've had my motorcycle license for a long time, since about 2004 or so. But right after I got my license, around that time, I had a slow speed low side in some soft sand, and I was pretty nervous about riding after that, so I stopped for all these years. And then I decided, you know what, I want to get back on a motorcycle. So what I did was I hunted around for a motorcycle training school. And here's where I give my shout out to Ride Right Motorcycle Training and David, the owner, because he had just the right personality and the right sense of humor and the right patience to help me get back on a motorcycle, get my confidence back, and kind of refresh my skills. And I planned on working with him for much longer than I actually did. I only actually worked with him for maybe 2 or 3 months. And then I got to the point where I just kind of took it from there, and now every time I ride, not only do I feel more confident, but I'm able to practice those skills, and it's just an overall better riding experience. So again, shout out to David and Ride Right Motorcycle Training here in New Hampshire. He's located in Canterbury, New Hampshire. So if you need someone to give you that boost, or even if you're looking to get your license, I would highly recommend him without reservation. So now I'm kind of moseying my way up north, which I haven't done all summer because the traffic in Conway is just ridiculous. So I'm moseying up north. Just going to take a nice long ride and enjoy it now that the summer traffic is gone. But anyway, yeah, so I love this bike. I'm kind of tempted, I have to be honest, I'm kind of tempted at some point, and it's not going to be anytime soon, but I'm kind of tempted to look at getting an Africa Twin DCT, which is also made by Honda. My only hesitations about the Africa Twin is it's really high. It's got a very high seat height, and as it is, I can flat foot the NC without too much trouble. But if my seat were any higher, I would probably be on the balls of my feet. So the Africa Twin has a considerably higher seat height than the NC. It's also, I think, about 40 pounds heavier. And, you know, it's just an overall bigger bike, so I don't know. But I'm tempted just because it's, I don't know. I'm just tempted. I've always kind of been admiring the Africa Twin. But we'll see. As for now, I'm completely satisfied with the NC. Like I said, I don't regret my decision at all. And I'm just really enjoying it, so highly recommend this motorcycle. So there's not much else going on other than that. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe, give me a like, give me a big thumbs up, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video.